Ted by
Don't.
Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, which is one of my favorite comedians. I watched all of Family Guy. Family Guy was very good, so I was very excited about Seth MacFarlane's. This is his first
Mm-hmm.
film. Aside, he created a couple Family Guy films, but I was very excited about this one. It's basically a story of a man and his teddy bear, where the guy has to essentially grow up, and his teddy bear's kind of holding him back, and there's lots of jokes along the way. So what did you think of the film, Nathan?
Well, no, I liked it, and I do. I've seen episodes of Family Guy. I like it, but I think it does suffer from the same problem that the show Family Guy suffers from, which is that it's a lot of individual bits that are then strung together through a very thin storyline.
And it should have been a kids movie, really. The storyline was very thin.
Well, I mean, you go to it, and it sounds like a funny idea, a boy with his teddy bear, but then what happens 30 years later whenever they're both grown up?
Well, the funny idea is simply that the teddy bear is a 30-year-old teddy bear, and he's cute and cuddly, but he's also very crass.
I do think it is funny. I think it's a little bit, I think 1 hour 58 minutes, so it harks on the 2 hour mark. I do think it could have been much shorter.
Yeah.
It probably should have been much shorter. A lot of people have talked about the racial politics and jokes about 9/11, none of which I think, I don't have a problem with any of those. I just have a problem with, it is a lot of individual bits. I do have a problem whenever people make fun of, you didn't see The Dictator, did you?
No,
It suffered from the same problem in which it would have a lot of jokes where it would talk about Desperate Housewives, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, and make jokes that are in the moment right now, which in 3 years' time, you look back at the film and those are going to be forgettable jokes.
I mean, I want to say I was disappointed, but it wasn't. It didn't really meet the expectations. It wasn't as funny as Family Guy was to me. And Nathan asked me how was it. I said, it was good. And Nathan and his dad both loved the movie. And then they said that it was probably because they made a lot of references to Airplane and Flash Gordon. So because I hadn't seen those, it wasn't as funny to me.
Also, a problem that I don't like, whenever in a trailer they make a joke that's very funny, and it's a joke that's played over, like the one where he's on the couch talking about how he knows all these girls. There's a part that's very funny wherever he does the whole pull out your Chevron card, which I do think those are very funny jokes, and I was waiting for those in the movie, but whenever that part came up, they just weren't there, which I did find that with a few sections of the movie, which I didn't like that as much because it let me down because I was waiting for the joke to come up, and yet it fell flat.
Yeah, well, that is disappointing when they leave stuff out that they said they were going to put in.
So overall, I mean, what would you say?
Well, I did like it. It was.
I still liked it. I was slightly disappointed. I do think the Ted character is still funny.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But I think overall, as a movie, it did let me down.
And there was one point where they kind of pushed the Family Guy thing a bit too far. They were at a party, and he says to the people, "I don't sound that much like Peter Griffin."
Yeah.
So he did kind of push the Family Guy just a little too far.